does everything look and 1 2 1 2. How does everything sound? Everything sounds good. I think everything. 1 2 1 2. Alright. How does everything sound? Everything sounds good. Okay, good. What is up, guys? Apple Monster here. And in today's live stream, we're going to be talking to my friend Alex in just a few minutes. A couple of setbacks here, but he's going to fix it and hopefully join us really soon. In the meantime, I thought it was a video, not going to lie. Really? No, this is a live stream. Alright, first of all, I want to get a few things straight here. First of all, I gotta actually let people know we're live. I forgot to tweet this out. Whoopsie. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I want to talk about this whole thing with Jon Prosser and the whole we're getting an Apple Watch thing. As you guys know, we did not get this Apple Watch. And there was a lot of people who were upset about this. As I was, of course. But, I mean, honestly, guys, I gotta be honest with you guys. Yes, I'm mad. Okay, yes, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get the Apple Watch. However, we are getting something. We are getting a Apple event. So, I mean, at least it's something. Yeah, it's not today as everybody hoped and expected it to be. But we're going to be getting something, and it's going to be soon. Jon Prosser did not specify that I can see. Hang on, I'm going to go back on Twitter, and we'll see. Okay, wait, whoa. Hang on. Alright, let me do this. Share screen. Do this. Boom. Let me just go back on to the live stream here. Alright, you guys. Do this. Okay. Boom. You guys can see this. Alright, so let's go to apple.com. Actually, let me freaking do this here. Apple.com. And, wait, what? Okay. Sorry about that. Um, Let me just refresh this real quick. Okay, that's not. I just saw it. Twitter.com. Let's see. Viper's already. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Join us from Apple Park, September 15th at 10 a.m. Wow. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I can't wait. So what can we gather here from the what can we gather here from this picture? It's blue. I'm thinking there's gonna be a blue Apple Watch, maybe. Definitely hearing about a blue iPhone, so maybe that. Maybe both. Um, Hang on, guys. Alright, sorry, that was my friend that is supposed to be joining us very, very shortly. So when is this site thing happening? It seems that it's going to be on the 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that means for people in Eastern, it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be at 1 p.m. As usual. So at least we have something here to go on. Okay, let me invite my friend Alex. Alex, you good, man?
I am good.
What is up, man? Great to have you on. Great to have you on. So, I
Thank
don't know
you.
if you just caught all that, but we finally have an Apple event confirmation.
Really.
Damn. I'm super happy about this. I'm gonna actually. Alright, cool. Um, so it's gonna be happening on September 15th at 1 p.m. our time. 10 a.m. Pacific. I know, and like I said a little while ago, I know a lot of people are mad that this hadn't happened before, but at least we have something now. Um, Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait a little bit, but at least we're getting something. So, Miles, thank you for the link, man. Appreciate that. So, let's get to the topic on hand. So, guys, as you guys know, I try to invite a lot of creators to the channel to discuss certain topics. And I've been trying to get non creators, people who do know about tech, who do admire tech, to come on and discuss things. I, as you guys know, if not, you guys will see, I just got my first MacBook. And I gotta tell you guys, Mac OS is legit. I mean, I should have made the switch a long time ago. Um, but Alex and I, we both like Apple, but he has a Windows computer. So we're going to be talking about our experiences and a couple of the differences that we've noticed between Mac OS and Windows. So, Alex, you want to say what do you think of Windows?
It's an experience. It's a
Yeah,
love and
definitely.
the love and hate experience, especially. I mean, what I love about Windows. I don't know everything about Windows, but I've experienced Windows for many years, 11 years almost. So on and off, just dealing with just ruining Windows,
Uh
taking things
huh.
out since the beginning, 11 years ago. Learning it, installing, reinstalling, uninstalling, whatever. Um, it's a pain. It really is a pain sometimes, especially with the updates that ruin the experience. I've I've had that many times. Had to reinstall Windows because of a bad update. But yeah, or it just updates automatically without me knowing, and it ruins everything. So that's great. I don't use it for content creation or anything. I don't do any of that. Gaming somewhat, but I only like old titles, not the um, not the AAA games. My computer can't handle that. So and I just watch YouTube videos and stream here and just browse. Really, not much I
Yeah.
can really do on this thing.
Yeah. You can only do so much, and I mean, I had an HP computer, and don't get me wrong, I love that computer. Um, Especially the fact that that was one of the first computers, other than a Mac, that I've seen that does not have a tower.
Hmm.
And I used to have another HP computer that had a tower, and I had this thing on a little stool beside my desk, and that thing would, I mean, I'd be moving around on my desk, and I would like knock it off, and all of a sudden the tower would just go boom. There was a time that that thing actually opened, and I saw the insides. And Alex, I understand that you open computers and stuff, so you know I opened that thing by accident, and I don't know how to fix it.
Hmm.
At the time I was like, "What am I doing?" It was just insane. So that computer actually crapped the bed. I actually had to go get another one, and I got this HP computer that didn't have the tower. Best computer of all time at the time. And then what? God, probably 10 years almost. I've had that computer, and then I was like, you know what? This computer is really slow. I mean, a lot of you guys know I started off live streaming and everything with that computer, and um, it was just very slow. I could barely start and stop streams, and I just had to get something else. And I'm actually going to post a video after this live stream telling you guys my story of how I got the Mac OS computer. But basically, like, I honestly decided that I needed a computer that would do live streams, you know, edit videos and all that. I will say that I did try one basic editing software on Windows, and I don't know. I mean, it was very basic, but very confusing to me. So I don't know. I feel like Apple does a lot better with their programs and just hardware and everything to do productivity stuff such as video creation. Um, but let me ask you, Alex, would you ever want to switch from Windows to Mac OS?
Would I want to? I don't know. I love I like using Windows because I'm used to it. And I like to tinker with things. It is a pain sometimes to deal with the updates or but I like Windows. I don't know. Maybe I would just for the experience, and if I
Yeah,
do, I may not go back.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not going back. No way, no how. Um, it's just so amazing, and I tell you guys more about it in my video. But the experience that I've had with this computer is unexplainable. It's unlike anything I've ever had with Windows. Um, I will say the number one thing, and I couldn't stop bragging about it in my video, is the fact that I, when I unboxed the computer and I opened it up to look at it, all of a sudden the Apple logo appeared. Now, Alex and I have talked about this a couple of times behind scenes, and Alex, you said that there was ways that Windows computers do the same thing.
for
Like when you like let's say a
yeah,
laptop, you open it up and it'll start up right away, or
yep. So certain laptops, I know I have the with the ThinkPad here. I can do the same thing, and it's just BIOS. It's just I have to go on the BIOS settings and set that up. I know. I think some computers have it, not all of them, but you can just open. You can click the setting, and then once you open the laptop, it turns on automatically. I mean, sometimes it requires the power to be
mm-hmm.
plugged in, but usually open it and it starts up. I don't have it that way. I like to just press the button. That's it. But
Yeah, yeah. I actually just learned that I have the MacBook Pro 13-inch 2020 version, and there is a fingerprint reader on the computer, and that button actually turns on the computer. So I don't know if it's the same thing where I can shut off a setting and just turn it on like that with the button. Um, I'm still learning a lot of things with this computer. I will say the touch bar is amazing on this thing. When it comes to like editing and stuff like that, it's just super, super helpful. I would honestly like to see Windows computers or any other computer having a touch bar like this. I mean, I think it would just be very productive and just very useful in the end. Um,
yep, I've actually I've had a it was an HP. I don't know what it wasn't it wasn't at the scale of the Apple's Touch Bar, but it was a touch bar where you just mute and turn up and turn down and up the volume. It was pretty cool. It was an old HP business computer. I don't know the laptop.
oh,
I think I don't know what model, but it was an HP. It was an old HP computer that I've had.
that's
It did.
amazing.
That was the closest I can get. But I don't know if there's any more, any other laptops that can match that.
Yeah, yeah,
Probably, probably.
probably. Um, Another thing I mean I've always done ever since like I had my iPad, um, I will not use my phone whatsoever when I'm at home because I have access to FaceTime, messages, and same thing with the Mac. I'm telling you, the things that you can do with this Mac, answering phone calls. I've actually accidentally answered phone calls on here. I've done FaceTime calls and everything. So you save a ton of battery if you have an iPad or even a Mac on your phone. Because honestly, um, like you have everything on here and you don't need your phone whatsoever. Now, if you're wanting to use like Instagram or an app that it's not on iPad or Mac OS, then obviously you're gonna have to use your phone. But I mean, there's just very little reason, and I've been saving so much battery on my phone. It's incredible. I honestly wish, and I mean, I know that there's like third party apps that you can get um, for messaging and stuff on the Windows side. I just wish that like you have Linux computers or different model computers like Samsung computers, LG computers. If they added a certain messaging app or a video call app that is integrated right into the system, right when you open it, like not like a third party app. I think that it would be amazing and honestly a competition to Mac OS. You know. Um, so let me ask you what. So you say you play games and everything. What exactly like has you on Windows? Is it anything specific? Um,
Yeah, just the simple installation, uninstallation, and reinstallation of programs. It's just simple, you know. Um, I just like the tinkering. I can tinker with a lot of settings that I want. I can take things out. I don't really like stock Windows, so I do a command line to take so I can de-Windows almost Windows a little bit,
mm-hmm.
just so I can run faster on my computer. And I don't use Cortana. I don't use any of that. I just want to use just simple browsing, some gaming, not very much. I do most of my gaming on Linux, Linux
Mm,
Mint 20. It's just faster on this
yeah.
older computer. It's Windows just takes up so much RAM sometimes and usage for some stupid reason. It's not perfect, but it's not
Right.
the fastest computer. It's a 2012 2013 laptop, so it's
Oh
all right.
wow.
It's a business laptop. The Lenovo ThinkPad T450S. It's all right. I like it. It's not the best, but you know what? It was better than my HP.
It's
So
it's better for you. It's
yeah,
you know you don't need something that's better and faster.
not yet.
Yeah, exactly. Not
I'm
yet.
thinking
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. What are you leaning towards?
More like a gaming laptop. Not the best. Not maybe. I'm still thinking about either a gaming desktop, like just a PC, where I build it myself or buy it pre-built,
Oh, gotcha.
or buy a gaming laptop. I'm set in stone on one of them. See, it's not the best for performance. You get more performance on desktop. Obviously, you have as much room as you want on there.
Yeah.
Just not on a laptop. You're limited by power and just the complexity of having so much, just everything being compact in a small little
Right.
chassis, and then you have heat, and it's not the best for performance, but it has a battery, so I mean that's what I'm leaning towards because I just love something compact, and I'd say it's not the best performance, and it is
Right.
a bit more expensive than a regular PC just because of the form factor. You can ship it anywhere, you can take it anywhere you want, but um, we'll
Yeah, it's
see. I
small enough.
mean,
And that's a good thing. Now, does your computer have like I know there's certain computers that used to have the battery you could just take out and plug in your charging cord. Does your computer do that as well?
yep, just normal battery. I have an external battery and I have an internal battery. So
Oh, that's
some
awesome.
laptops some laptops, well, business laptops. This one's a business one. Has an internal battery, smaller one, and then an external one, which I can upgrade if I want, whatever. But they're kind of expensive. Even third parties, I wouldn't put my trust on third parties anymore. I tried that many years ago.
Oh,
Didn't
I'm
work
sure.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
So, oh,
Um, and you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to hardware and stuff. I mean, I know you're like a nerd to open things up and stuff. Um, would you like to go into something high tech like that, like opening computers and stuff like that when when going up from your job now?
yeah, I would like to. I mean, just I mean, customers aside. No, I
Yeah,
would love
yeah,
to. I would love to. Um, I've been working on it for a long time. Um, I've failed at times and I've broken laptops. I've gone through like 4 laptops in my
Oh
life.
wow.
Uh, some were cheap, some were not cheap. Um,
Right.
but
I mean
I've
everything.
learned over the years how to open one. I don't have all the tools, but I do have most of the tools. I'm careful.
Yeah.
And just learning how taking things out and seeing what works, what doesn't work, switching up RAM and stuff, doing all that, opening them, cleaning them, you know, doing
Yeah.
diagnostics, see what works, see what doesn't work, you know. But
Right. Right.
I'm not a professional, but I've just learned over the years.
Yeah,
I would
and
love
that's
to do it as a professional. I would love to.
yeah. You would be awesome at it. I mean, I gave you my computer, and it looks like you tore that thing inside out.
I did. I cleaned it up. I tore it out, put 8 gigs of RAM in there, 4 more gigs. I had 4 gigs. It still didn't. It still didn't perform well. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
it's
it's a
old.
couple years old.
It is old. It's a soldered CPU or APU from AMD E series, so it's very old. There's nothing I can. I can only upgrade the RAM and the hard drive. Everything else
Right.
is just. It's just gonna be
It's
bottlenecked.
trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's good for browsing. But HD video, no. I would go down to 480p at least. I
Yeah. And like I wish now again I'm gonna go back to my video story and you guys are gonna hear it afterwards on the video if you guys watch it. But when I went into Best Buy um to purchase a laptop, I was actually going in for a Windows laptop, something that doesn't break the bank. And I went up to the guy, and I actually was walking around because um, the way they have it there, they let you go in, and then they'll tell um, the person who works there, this person is at this location. Can you go help them? So I was waiting around, and I wanted to see the iPad Pros, and I actually ended up in front of the MacBook Pros as I was waiting. And I'm thinking to myself, this is such a beautiful laptop. I really love the keys. And Alex, you've been to my house. You've seen this computer. You've messed around a little bit. I mean, these keys, they barely go down, and it's just an experience like I've never had before. It honestly, and I've said this to you before when we went to the Apple store to buy your phone. Um, I touched the keyboard of one of the computers, and honestly, that was my first time touching a MacBook keyboard, and my finger felt really numb and just weird. It was just like a tingling feeling in my finger. I'm like,
Mhm.
what is this? I mean, I
Mm.
honestly now I know that these computers, when you click on them, the buttons do go down. but it's just very, very little compared to other computers on Windows that I've tested at least. I mean, I haven't tested a keyboard like this ever. And that was another thing that I really liked about the computer and that really had me going. But honestly, that price. And I told the guy, I'm like, you know, I want this computer, but the price is just so high that it was like, can I do this? Should I do this? Am I gonna regret it in the end? Um, you know, so when I told the guy, I'm a YouTube content creator. I need something that I can do live streams no problem, and editing no problem. And he goes, sadly, there's nothing that good in his experience because he was an Apple fan as well. And he said, in his experience, the softwares on Windows that he's tried were complete trash. And I said the same thing. I mean, I didn't have time. I didn't try enough to look for something good. Because a lot of softwares, and same thing on a Mac OS, a lot of softwares you got to pay subscription for,
Mhm.
which kind of sucks. But I mean, I guess with everything, you pay for what you get, and but honestly, he said that this was the best, and I'm like, I talked to my mom about it for a little bit, and we're like, I really need this because I really wanted to do live streams. Especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. I've been home so much more. I haven't been really hanging out with too many friends lately. So, I needed something to distract myself. So, I mean, this is a great computer. I'm going to have a lot of content coming up. So, um, yeah, I mean, and another thing that I really like is the gestures with the touchpad. I haven't seen anything like that on Windows. I mean, that's something that some of the computers should actually look at to make people's experience a whole lot better. Because I think that a lot of people um, who go to school and stuff, if they had something as powerful as a Mac on the Windows side, that's a lot cheaper, that they would go for it. But I mean, Apple is a company that concentrates on productivity. They build a lot of school and work apps to help people. Um, you know, I think that other companies should do the same thing. I think that there could be a little bit more work into those. I'm not saying that there isn't, apps out there that aren't good. I'm just saying that I think for a little bit more money, there should be a little bit more competition with the computers.
Mm.
What do you think?
I mean, I know Microsoft has some things, and then Linux has some things on the side with different distributions. Like one of the distributions were, I believe it was Zorin PCs.
Hmm.
It's a company that makes PCs or partnering with someone to make PCs. It's Linux. So I mean, they have like special software for just schooling, like special apps and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I moved from Zorn to Linux Mint just because it's a little faster, it's a little bit more.
Hmm.
Um, I just like it. I just like the feel. But Windows has its own programs as well. It's just I've never tried them, but you know, I have
But
no
you've seen them,
experience in them.
and I mean, I
Mm.
have seen
But I
some
mean,
too. But
but I mean,
I just feel
sorry.
like there's a lot more powerful stuff on Mac OS.
I mean, you have the simplicity. I mean, it's just Mac. You just start it up. It works.
That that's
Works with your
another thing.
iPhone. Works with your
Yeah,
iPad. Works with your AirPods. So I mean, it's
that
just that
that's
the
another
ecosystem.
thing.
The ecosystem keeps just coming back no matter what
Yeah,
conversation you
yeah,
have.
that's another thing. Like ecosystem. I feel like other companies don't get it. when it comes to ecosystem. You know, how everything works together. I mean, you guys know, I had this piece of crap for so long doing live streams and stuff. Now, I didn't really mind it. Um, I really like this. I use it for my PlayStation every single day. But to have to freaking unplug the mic just to use the headphones every single day, you know, every single time I had to live stream, it was a witch. And I have, as you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but I mean, I have collections of Bluetooth uh, buds and um, yeah, other stuff that I could use. But in my experience, and I mean, maybe it was just my computer that was so slow
Hmm.
and just so old that nothing Bluetooth would ever connect to that computer. And that was another thing. Like, and future Mac OS is going to make everything so much better. And I just wish Windows would make something, you know, make an ecosystem that works so well. You
Hmm.
know,
That and the updates. So say,
right?
it's not just Windows updates, it's also manufacturers who have to update their firmware and drivers. That's not
Yeah,
always a thing. Like that, your
right,
old HP, I couldn't find the website. The website, it didn't have any drivers. It had a couple, but very old. Just, I mean, eventually computers get very old that they're kind of
yeah,
obsolete because they're so
right,
slow and whatever. But that's also security problems. Also, things
right,
just don't work correctly. Like mine, is an older business computer. I mean, I get some firmware updates, but I think it was like last year, the beginning of last year, and that's really it. I mean, I've checked like 3 months ago, nothing. So it's not. I
and
mean, depending on the issues or whatever, but I mean, I would imagine just like the iPhone, MacBooks and stuff, everything, iPads,
mm,
they get firmware and they get updates from software updates.
yeah,
It's just different having, either
and,
Lenovo
and
pushes out an
and that's
update or
another
not.
thing. And that's another thing. And Alex, you can actually confirm this with me, but yeah, because you had Samsung, even um, even Android phones and stuff, I feel like there was no updates to different things. I feel like there, I can't say no updates, but very little compared to Apple. Apple always concentrates on updates. It's always, you know, like now, iOS 13, iOS 13.1, iOS 13.2. I feel like and it's just very little updates between those. I feel like if Android and Windows and all those other companies would make those little things, little updates to make the experience better, I think people would like it better. You know, competition, people, competition. How are you wanting competition if you're not doing these updates to better people's experience?
And sorry, go ahead.
I waited so long to have these little software updates when I was on Windows. And I was like, I'm getting software updates like what, every month or two?
Hmm.
On my iPad and on my iPhone and on my watch. There's no excuse for not for Android and other companies that own computers and stuff not to have updates like that. I
It's,
mean, that's my opinion.
I mean, it's just so simple on Apple's side. They own the hardware, they own the software, so it's easy to push them out. They have no like either contracts or anything like that with other carriers, so they're fine. Unfortunately, Samsung and other ones have that, and it's not easy to push out. And they have so many phones. They have so many so many versions and variations of other phones. So it's
Right.
not easy to push up like a hunt. So there, I don't know how many Samsung phones there are. Probably a ton. Those were the ones that are supported now. There are probably a ton, and just to push out like updates and apps and stuff that are on different phones, different form factors, and it's crazy. It's a mess. It
Right.
really is. I don't know when
Yeah.
that's gonna,
Yeah.
I mean, on my S7, the Galaxy S7, I mean, it's an older phone. It was just it was its own first generation there of the S line getting better because I know the
Hmm.
S6. I didn't have any of them except for the S7, but from there it was getting better and better. The S8, I guess I didn't get any of those, but the software was bad. But I
Yeah.
can't imagine. Maybe it's better. I don't know. I haven't used a Samsung phone in a while or the updates, and
Yeah. And I
sometimes
mean,
having the
I've heard that software is getting better, and I'm happy that they're finally doing something about it. I'm just saying that I think that there needs to be a little bit more. You
mm,
know, like Apple has point one, point two, point three
hmm
to fix little bugs.
hmm
I mean, I had in my experience. I mean, I know I'm talking about like what 8 or more years ago when I had the Samsung S3. Okay, and that phone was like it was a beautiful phone. I loved the phone, but it was the OS that really sucked.
mm,
And I think half of it too was my carrier that had a lot of issues at the time. Um, and because I constantly, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, I would constantly like I'd be on an app like Facebook, okay, or YouTube, and it would automatically pop up. This app has stopped. Okay, I'm currently on the app. Everything's working okay that I can see, but now I'm getting this pop up that's saying that the app has stopped. Now,
hmm
a lot of people, when I went to Verizon, which was my carrier at the time, um, they said, "Oh, this is just a a bug or something." Okay, well, fix it. Like, you shouldn't have. And the reason I complain about it is because I had the phone for 2 years, and I ran into this problem a year and a half. No person should ever have to go through something a year and a half.
mm,
Like, that's just me. I don't know. And again, I know Verizon and other companies had issues back then because they were first starting off and everything. But there's just no excuse for not having little fixes, little problems, and then having customers go in. And it wasn't just me. There was other company. There was other customers saying that they had issues with their phones too. So it wasn't just me. You know, do something about it. And I'm happy that they're doing stuff about it now. I just want to see more software updates,
mm.
more little bug fixes. That's what
Well,
has me on the Apple ecosystem. You know, there's I mean, yeah, there's bugs on it. I mean, no software is perfect. No software is perfect, but it's the concentration that a company puts into something to fix things.
mm, mm. I know. Well, those were early stages of Android. I know that wasn't great. It was horrible, and I've had my own experience
Oh, I'm
on there.
sure.
Either whether it was Facebook not updating their software at the time. Maybe an update came out, maybe no update came out. Who knows? Um, Maybe the version of Android had, there was a lot of optimization problems, and you'll always
Yeah.
get, maybe you'll get some. I have no idea.
Right. Right.
Today, you'll get
And,
some. Not as
and
bad as back then, but
right. Right. Yeah. And I mean, I will say, again, I say no company's perfect.
hmm
There are things that annoy me with Apple, like such as I always had, and I know a lot of people don't care about it, but I always had the same ringtones for so long. Okay, I'm not talking to you, Siri. I don't know if you just heard that, but yeah. Um, I've always had the same ringtones for so long. Now, when I was on Samsung, there would be an update or two that gave us more. You know, I feel like Apple does updates, but they don't update ringtones much. And especially for Apple Watch. That's another thing that I was gonna bring into yesterday's video if you guys haven't saw it. I made a video because I thought Apple Watch Series 6 was gonna come. But that's another thing. Like I feel like the Apple Watch is amazing. I just wish that there was a way to switch the ringtone to match the one you have on your phone. Or, make something cooler.
I didn't know that was an issue. I didn't think that was. Wow.
Yeah, no. The Apple Watch. I mean, I love the ringtone on the Apple Watch.
Mm,
I just wish that, like the iPhone, you could actually switch the ringtone
yep.
if you wanted to.
Yep.
You know,
Now, is it just? Do they have a set amount of ringtones in it, or is it just one ringtone?
for the Apple Watch, it's just one.
Yeah. Okay. The same
Yeah,
one. Just
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, they have switched it when it came to um WatchOS 4 or 5. I don't know. Yeah, 4 or 5. They switched the ringtone. But I just wish that they would program a couple of ringtones. That way you could switch whenever you want.
hmm
Not have it so that um, next update has a new ringtone.
Yeah,
You know,
just like the backgrounds and stuff, the Apple
right,
backgrounds on the
right,
iPhone.
exactly, exactly. So I'm not gonna say that I'm bashing all these other companies. There are things that annoy me with Apple. You know, Uh, no company's perfect, but I just feel like that there needs to be more concentration. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I
Is there
mean,
anything that you like and dislike with Apple or Samsung? Like, do you think that
I
there
mean,
needs to be changes that you've
I
seen?
mean, just some people like updates, every now and then. Some people don't, you know what I mean? You just sometimes when you're doing something, you just don't want to update right now. You
Yeah,
just want to just keep working, keep going, either playing a game, keep doing your business. I do not want to update right now. Leave me alone.
right.
Or I get it, security updates, some patches and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe some features. Um, but some people don't like a lot of updates.
Right.
I know the security part and stuff. I know, Apple has, updates, every month or so, sometimes, or even earlier, just in case they find an exploit or something. I get it. There's that side. There's also the security side. I don't know, like you said, no software is perfect, so you're gonna have that. I know there's Apple fans, Android fans and stuff, but I mean, every software is going to have its bugs. Every software is going to have something you like, something
Yeah.
you dislike. I'm not no fanboy anywhere.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just like using both. I don't care.
So there's no. You don't think? Do you think there's any changes that you want to see,
For
like software wise or hardware wise? Is there anything you wish one company had that the other one didn't, or?
not that I know of. I mean, Windows probably just Well, I mean, obviously, just to have the simplicity of just and the what is it, the longevity, just the software, having, if
Definitely.
I mean, I get it. I bought this laptop used. I don't
Yeah.
expect it to work perfectly. I don't expect it,
Right.
but when you buy, a laptop, I'd expect, firmware updates. Because I know,
Right.
if I get a gaming laptop, I want to get a gaming laptop, the latest one anyway, from
Mm-hmm.
2020 or whatever, because I want it to last me, say if there's, some, firmware updates on the BIOS, which I can change if I have, like a graphics card and stuff, I can change things. Maybe things will get better. Maybe, I want that to be updated. It's important if you're playing games or editing software, you want to make sure you have the latest drivers, or maybe sometimes the latest drivers can break things. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, un- unfortunately, I know I've had that actually. It was on an old computer. It was a Dell Inspiron 15, sorry, 14. It was the 52 something Z or something. I don't know. Dell actually rolled out a BIOS update, which would cause a problem with the VRAM or DVD, something like that. It's been a while, and it would cause the laptop to not boot up sometimes and not even go anywhere. I would have to try like 50 times in order for it to actually boot up successfully so I can update the BIOS. I didn't know that was a problem until um, I saw it. I looked it up. I said, what's going on? I did everything. I took out the CMOS battery. There's a battery for that to reset um, uh, the issue, but nothing. It worked, but only once
Right.
in a while. It was just an issue, which it didn't boot up. So that was annoying. It took me hours, a couple days just to fix. So two or three, it was three laptops. So
Mm-hmm.
it was annoying. I believe Dell didn't know about it until probably after. So I have no idea about the time frame when they knew it or not. But I knew that um, because I would someone would have to do at the time anyway the BIOS update manually. I know there was a laptop sent back to Dell and then they shipped it back. The BIOS the same BIOS that had the problem um, was that BIOS where they sent. So I had to
Right.
correct that issue
Right.
because that would have been a pain just to send it back and do this. I mean, it had no warranty and stuff. So I said I'll figure it
Definitely.
out, and I fixed it. It just took a while, and that's unfortunate. I just hope no one
Yeah.
experiences that because that's a bad experience. Your computer
Right.
just wouldn't
Yeah.
work. It wouldn't turn on. Nothing would work, no matter what I did. It wouldn't work. I took out the battery. I took it apart. I cleaned it. I reinstalled Windows. Nothing. When I had it, I just couldn't do anything. It was off. It
I've
was
had
annoying.
experience. I've had experiences that like my computer would freeze and everything, and to shut it off, I would have to take the battery off,
Mm.
and it would just be like, what?
Yeah,
What?
that
Why? Why?
that would be either the softer side or just the hardware side. Just not, either the computer being so
It was
slow. It was, yeah,
it was awful, and I really hope that I don't have to deal with anything like that again. But um, we're gonna be ending here soon. I want to thank Alex for coming on and sharing experiences between Mac OS and um, the Windows side. Um, if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the chat now. And in about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less, I will end the stream. I just made a video public for you guys to go check out right after the stream. Um, and then I will have another video coming out tonight to discuss the Apple event that's going to be happening. Again, unfortunate that we're not going to have the Apple Watch until the event or sometime soon, I hope. Um, so, yeah, guys, if there's any questions, leave it down in the comments. Let me just tweet the video out now. Let's see. Crap. People. Now I just saw Miles Tech. People are saying iPhone event. I thought I saw that a little bit ago. Let's see. Why isn't this working? Cancel. Come on, guys. Nobody's talking. Nobody's saying anything. What's going on with you guys? You guys all asleep? We put you asleep? I think we put them asleep. That's bad. Okay. Go back here. Boom.
I see here September 15th, the Apple event. All right.
Yep. Just saw that.
Of course, when I'm no, I don't work that day, actually. I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm off. Yeah.
I'll definitely, okay. I will definitely be doing a live stream. So if you're free and you want to come on with me and discuss your thoughts on it,
Yeah.
that'll be awesome.
That's fine.
I know a lot of people are going to be doing a live stream on it, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing it because I'm going to have a lot to say, I'm sure, between everything that has to come out, the new Apple Watches, new iPhone, and everything. It's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait. I gotta say, I'm happy that they're gonna wait. Honestly, when I first heard that there was gonna be a press release just for these Apple Watches, I wasn't that happy. I honestly felt like everything should be announced and put together. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be any changes or many changes to, to this new Apple Watch, when it comes to hardware and stuff. But I just didn't think it made sense in the beginning, to have a freaking press release. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little upgrade, I'm sure. But nonetheless, I think it should be announced on the, on an event. That's just me. I mean, they've always had it like that. I think there was, I've never actually seen, a Apple Watch press release. That's just me. But alright, guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Alex, once again. And we'll be back when the iPhone 12 or whatever kind of event this is going to be comes around. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll come back and do a hangout stream. But you guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos between now and the event on this MacBook Pro and, other things that come up along the way. So, I'm not going to leave you guys without anything until then, so don't worry about that. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you guys are new. And we will see you guys in a future live stream.